Hello, hello, and welcome to our channel's weekly news update for the week of July 28th? Yeah, July 28th through August 3rd, which, fun fact, this is my birthday week. Yay! Yeah, words. So, before we get into this week's weekly news update, I want to quickly state that at the end of this news update, like after we go over the videos of the week, I have some very big announcements about the future of the channel that I want to make, some important, like, a groundwork to lay for changes to come. So stick around for that if you want to hear that. But before we get into before we get into that, we got to get into what videos are going up this week. And before we get into that, I'd like to quickly draw attention to the description, where you can find a link to my Twitch, where I record all of this live, and you can interact with me more directly there, and a link to the Discord, where you can interact with me more directly and partake in votes relating to the channel. But some of the news updates I'm going to be mentioning will directly pertain to those votes as well. So, let's get into this week's videos. Fun fact, I've tried to record this news update several times, and it's just, like, a lot of information that I need to get out. And I'm trying to, like, get it out good, and I'm just, like, words. So, let's try and run through this week's videos. Starting off on July 28th this week, on Sunday this week, we have episode 41 of Sunless Sea, A Good Trip. But also, sorry. If I don't say how long a video is, assume it's more than 20 minutes and less than 30, and I will highlight the video if it is outside of that length. So anyway, starting off the week, we have episode 41 of Sunless Sea, a good first trip, followed by episode 83 of Death Stranding, Bath Time, and then episode 270 of Tears of the Kingdom, Car Bazaar. Moving on to July 29th, this week, or on Monday. We have episode 4 of Portal Bridge Constructor, the hour-long Must Not Launch is the name of the episode. Listen, I'm definitely not playing this game correctly. I'm having fun while playing it incorrectly, but I'm not playing it correctly. After that, we have episode 5 of Halo 3, Scarab Killer, then episode 25 of Hypnospace Outlaw, done with the cafe again. Excuse me. Moving on to Tuesday, we have Marble Blast Gold art, which in the teaser image it may just look like an orb has been done as the art, but this very special orb, is part of an hour-and-a-half long art video. Yeah. Why is it that long? Watch it and find out. Although do note that I say some stuff in that video that I will contradict in this news update because everything was recorded in advance and I didn't know then what I know now. And in general, expect me to be contradicting the stuff I'll be saying at the end of this news update throughout the month. So I'll probably be repeating myself on this in a number of the upcoming news updates. But anyway. After that, we have the extra long 31-minute episode 84 of Death Stranding, The Collector, where we meet another new prepper. We then have episode 271 of Tears of the Kingdom, Gerudo Town, and episode 3 of my Stardew Valley series with my friends, Farm Mates. And they were farm mates. Moving on to Wednesday, July 31st, we have episode 29 of Dishonored the Cannon Run, Slaughterhouse, followed by episode 6 of Halo 3, Floodgates, then episode 26 of Hypnospace Outlaw, Back in the Dumps, and then another episode of Gary's Mod Content with Friends, this week doing Sandbox Fun in the Super Ultra Mega Park, which is just us dicking around in the sandbox mode and having some fun with that. Moving on to Thursday, we have a brand new Nitrome series, In the Doghouse. A wonderful little block sliding puzzle that is just good fun. After that, we have the 42-minute long episode 85 of Death Stranding, Building Connections, where we begin laying down some infrastructure for future episodes. We then have episode 272 of Tears of the Kingdom, Vo Shopping, and then episode 10 of Lethal Company with Friends, The Real Company. Moving on to Friday, August 2nd, we have the extra long episode 19 of Fallout New Vegas, the 32-minute long Bearer of Bad News, which is made a little bit longer to help us get some questing done. We then have episode 7 of Halo 3, The Ark, episode 27 of Hypnospace Outlaw, Gooper Revolt, and the just shy of 4 hours, clocking in at 3 hours and 50 some odd minutes, episode 5 of the Shadow Space, Gas Mask. Which this episode is significant because this is the first episode in the start of a new narrative arc of the series that will hopefully take up many months to come, the Broken Triangle arc. Everything before now was all sort of like contained within it was just a single dungeon to introduce players into the mechanics and the basics of the world and ease people in. This is where the game is properly going to open up into a large-scale open-world TTRPG with my friends, where there's a lot of directions for them to go and different things for them to do, and a lot of growth will start happening with the party. In fact, I would argue I've recorded several more episodes, and then not an episode has passed without some significant change to the group dynamic. So, pretty awesome stuff going to be coming. After that, don't forget to come in for the After Shadow Space episode 5.5, Who Are the Pulsars, where I discuss a little bit of the background lore of a faction, and this episode clocks in at just 17 minutes because this week I just had a little less to talk about. Then, capping off this week with August 3rd and the jam-packed Saturday, we have our 8th game devlog for Marble Island Roll, a newer, bigger map, clocking in at 32 minutes as we work on the map of our game. After that, we have an extra-long episode of Death Stranding, the 33-minute the Interstate, episode 86, where we work on the Interstate. We then have episode 273 of Tears of the Kingdom, Exploring the Bunker, episode 5 of Halo, Hunt for the Cartographer, episode 28 of and we cap off the week with episode 28 of Hypnospace Outlaw, the extra-long episode 84, clocking in at 34 minutes, Drug Runners. Whew. Okay, we made it through all that, so now let's talk about the actual important news of this week. So, in the coming month, I will make numerous mentions to the votes on the Discord, and these votes are still there and still very important to driving the future of the channel, but I have this problem that I do with the channel, because I love making videos for the channel. I love trying to give all of you as much content as I can. You know, I want to just give you content. But what keeps happening with that is I keep stretching myself thin. I keep on making myself record way too much content, to the point where I then have to cut back on editing and cut back on experimental content just to keep up with the own production pipeline I'm giving myself. And I end up not being able to edit videos and having them be much more raw and less interesting, and that's already with me doing very little editing in general. And I've been doing that again. I've been giving myself too much content, and so I, as a sort of birthday gift to myself, this week I'm going to start working on making changes to the future of the channel. The first of those changes has to do with the Art Tuesday. So we have caught up on all of the art. I now have art representing every single game I have beaten on the channel. And the plan was to either go back to Tracks the Train Set game if I had gotten enough viewer suggestions for that. I have not. Or go to an entirely new series as voted on by all of you, something that I have been talking about in the last few art videos. I've now decided to scrap that vote and not have a dedicated Tuesday series. This is going to be part of a general process of trying to slow down the amount of content on the channel in order to give better quality content and begin to branch out and experiment more with content I really want to make of things like similar to Shadow Space, and make more time to hang out with my friends to give you guys things like Stardew Valley, Garry's Mod, and Lethal Company. Because the problem right now is I'm making myself record so many videos that I'm not able to meet with my friends or my brother to record things like the Two Brothers series or Conan or Halo Legendary Run, and I want to be able to bring those series back. Another change is that In the Doghouse is going to be the last Nitrom game for now. After I finish In the Doghouse in a few weeks, I'm going to put Nitrom on hiatus, and if you guys want to see it come back, you need to go to the vote on the Discord of what game you want to see me play next, and vote for it to come back. Or, alternatively, I might bring it back on my own at a future point. Either way, it's a thing that you're all gonna need to go and, you know, give some love to if you want to see it. And then the next thing is Halo 3. As I am talking to all of you, I've already finished recording the entire Halo 3 series because I made it through the game so fast. I finished recording it before the first episode even aired on YouTube. And because of that, I make a few mentions near the end about how I want all of you to go and vote on what games you want to see me play in the future. Now, that vote still exists, and it's still very important, because, you know, the Dishonored, or the Death Stranding slot is also something voted on by all of you guys. Also a game that's been going that was voted on by you guys was Tears of the Kingdom. I had just moved it down to the slot of things I wanted to give you guys more of the games you guys wanted to see. And a thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take Tears of the Kingdom. I've decided I'm going to take Tears of the Kingdom and push it into the Halo slot. And when it be either Tears of the Kingdom or Death Stranding, that's going to be the game that will be played after the vote from you guys. I'm doing that in order to open up more room to myself to begin making changes to the channel. In addition, I'm going to, after Halo 3 is done, increase how often Hypnospace Outlaw goes up, in order to beat Hypnospace Outlaw sooner and open up more spaces on the channel. Either that, or I'm going to upgrade one of the other series. I'm kind of still trying to decide. It's either going to be more Hypnospace Outlaw, more Fallout, or more Dishonored. All of this is to say, like, I'm generally just trying to shuffle things around on the schedule, so in the coming months, you might see things shuffle around, and some things get uploaded more frequently, less frequently, etc., etc., because I want to start pivoting the channel a little bit towards changes, but I don't want to just cancel series like I've done in the past. I want to try and finish all the stuff we have going right now. This is almost a decision I wish I made before I started Portal Bridge Constructor, because that's going to take months to beat, but oh well. So yeah, like these are some changes you all can expect coming up, and part of this is going to be, like I said, to give myself more time to do things with friends, but also to do more experimental series on the channel, kind of like Shadow Space and the Fallout Retold series. There's a lot more stuff I want to do that I'm just struggling to find the time to do. But by making these changes here and starting to try and pivot towards reducing the amount of content currently on the channel, it will enable me to create more varied and interesting content in the future, you know? And that will mean longer and more interesting videos for you guys in general. I'm even considering doing things like making Dishonor the Cannon Run or Fallout New Vegas have longer episodes in order to help us get through them. Because, like, we've been doing this channel for, I think, yeah, over 3 years now? Because we've been doing it since 2021. Since June of 2021. So we're getting close to another year passing on the channel. And we're also getting very close to the channel being monetizable. In fact, by the time this goes up, we may very well have crossed that threshold. And I just want to start making adjustments to the channel in accordance to things that I want to be able to do with it in the future, you know? And, like, this is a really hard decision for me to come to, because, like, I love recording for you guys, and I love recording a lot of different things for you guys. But like I said, I keep putting too much work on my own shoulders, because I'm one guy running this channel by himself. I do all of my own editing, I upload the videos, I do all the thumbnails, I do all the channel art, I do it all myself, and I don't make money off it right now. This is entirely a hobby, and like, I'm doing all of this fucking content. I'm like streaming almost daily, for multiple hours a day, and I want to keep doing that, and I probably will keep doing that. I'm just going to try and narrow the field of what I'm doing in order to help me build a better backlog and open myself up to experimenting more and creating more varied content. Part of what's motivated this decision is I've just gotten a new job, because some of you may know I was between jobs for a while, and that new job is just now, you know, leading to me needing to plan around that. But yeah, there's still gonna be votes on the Discord, and you guys are still gonna be able to influence the future of the channel, and I'm still gonna take suggestions from all of you of what kinds of things you want to see. It's just, there's gonna be a lot of shuffling and changing and the like going on in the near future. Hope you've all been enjoying. Love all you very, very much, and ta-ta for now.